Go. Okay, common carotid artery, internal jugular vein, external jugular vein, subclavian vein. When it reaches the armpit, it's the axillary. When it reaches towards the arm, is the brachial. Right here where all the veins meet is called the innominate. Right underneath the innominate is the coast-cervical trunk. It's found on both sides. I can't, right there. Nope, okay. That blue vein that I'm holding up, probably partially see, is the coast, oh, I just broke it. Coast-cervical trunk. Don't clap. Internal sternal. Yes, thank you. Thoracic, I get it mixed up with my class. Internal thoracic artery, internal thoracic vein, left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, pulmonary trunk. Where this string is attached is the ductus arteriosus that attaches to the descending aorta at this point.
Did we hold it? Are you sure?
The pulmonary artery comes from the pulmonary trunk to the lungs, and that's right there. And then pulmonary vein leads from the lungs to the left atrium. Okay? Clear as mud? This is the hemizygous vein here. These are the intercostal veins and arteries. You typically can only see the arteries. Descending aorta. Forgot to mention this is the pre-cava. This is the post-cava. Can't get a hold of it, of course. This tube here. Then you come down to here. And, well, yes, you can have that. You have the umbilical vein right there. Hepatic portal vein leading to the small intestines from the liver is right there. The hepatic portal vein. You have the descending aorta. Post-cava. This is the renal vein. That's the renal artery. You got to make sure to look at where it's connected. If this is the post-cava, then what it's connected to the post-cava would be veins. So that's the renal vein. This is an artery because it's connected to the descending aorta. So that would be the renal artery. Flip these over here. You have the celiac artery is the first major branch off the descending aorta. The second major branch is the anterior mesenteric artery. Okay? So this leads to the gut region, this leads to the intestines. You have mesenteric arteries within the intestinal lining. You can see those pretty clearly. Then you have, again, the descending aorta, post-cava. And this is where it gets a little different, confusing, because the arteries and veins are different in the legs. You have coming off the descending aorta is the external iliac, and then also coming off the descending aorta further down is the internal iliac arteries. So external iliac artery, internal iliac artery. Then you have the first major branch is the deep femoral artery off the external iliac, and the femoral artery off of the external iliac. The veins are a little different. Coming directly off of the post-cava, you have the common iliac vein. Then coming off the common iliac vein is the internal iliac vein. They follow along the same path as the external iliac artery. Then you have the external iliac vein. And following the artery here is the deep femoral vein underneath. And then you have the femoral vein underneath the external iliac artery as well. Then lastly, you have the caudal artery, which the caudal Vein is there as well. You just can't typically see it because the latex doesn't go that far. So caudal artery, caudal vein, same area. Caudal or umbilical arteries on the sides of the bladder, and then the umbilical vein also here. I think that is it. Okay.